Hello and good day to all. Chris Teal here for your daily warm-up. We're going to go back to a concept that we introduced a few lessons ago and we've been expanding and going away from. These different ways of dividing a measure of 4/4 time. So we're going to go back to our first concept of 8 points, which means that we have 4 big beats. Usually we count them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 after beats, or 4 even divisions of the beat. We can usually count those 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. All right, so with those 8 points, we've just been playing around and orchestrating on the drums in a nice even way. When you play an orchestration, meaning you go away from one specific sound, that other sound is going to stand out by virtue of it being, a different pitch, a different timbre, especially if you're using cymbals or something like that. It's going to stand out pretty well on its own. But we can make it pop out a little bit more by using accents. So up until this point, we haven't really done anything with accents. We've just been keeping the same, pretty much medium stick height. And now we're going to do something a little bit different. We need to have 2 different stick heights. First, we're going to have a stick height that is probably, if the average stick is about 16 inches in length. I want you to think about your low stroke being a quarter of that, so 4 inches high, or even a little bit lower. All right, so that might sound like this. Pretty low and even. And then to contrast with that, we're going to have an accented stroke, accented stick height, and that's just going to be about 8 or 10 inches, so double or a little bit more than that height. Okay, so we need to have the contrast for these new melody notes to pop out, because we're not going to be using our toms in this example of the exercise. We're just going to go back to the snare drum with our walking feet. All right, so let's get our money beats happening, just to get a sense of this groove right now. Let's just jam for a second. So 1, 2, 3. All right, ain't it funky now? Good job. So with that sort of same groove, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're going to go through each of these 8 points on the snare drum. We're walking with our feet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we're going to accent each one in order. So we're going to first do 4 bars of accenting beat 1, 4 bars accenting beat 2, accenting beat 3, accenting beat 4, and then we're going to do the offbeats. So this is going to be a little bit of a condensed version, and I think that you guys can all do it. If you've been following along, you've done the other 8 points, you're going to be golden. Okay, so check this out. I'll go all the way through the whole exercise once, and then we'll break it down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So the order of the way that things went, I did 4 bars each of beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, which are all going to be right hand accents. Then I did 4 bars each of the and of 1, and of 2, and of 3, and of 4, which is again going to be on the left hand. And then I went through 4 bars, all the downbeats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 4 bars of all the offbeats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, So hopefully we're getting pretty comfortable walking with our feet, but especially in trying some of these new accents, I would say especially with the left hand, or if you're flipping this around, so maybe you play left-handed, your offhand is going to be a little bit tricky to keep it nice and even. We still want to hear that bop, 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 bop. The grid is the same. Each of those 8 points are latching onto an even 8th note pace. It shouldn't be speeding up and slowing down, or getting into like a shuffle feel, which we'll talk about when we do our 12 points version of this. So nice and even. Let's try, I don't know, I think that we can probably just try to jump right in and do that whole exercise. So what is the order? We do 4 bars each, so that's pretty straightforward. And our form, our musical form that we're doing is 4 bars of beat 1, 4 bars of beat 2, 4 bars beat 3, 4 bars beat 4. And then we have 4 bars of the and of 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 4 bars of the and of 2, 4 bars of the and of 3, 4 bars of the and of 4. Okay? I'm going to go all the way through this whole exercise twice. Oh, I forgot. At the very end, we have this little tag where we do all 4 downbeats for 4 bars, all 4 offbeats for 4 bars. Okay, let's see if we can go through this entire exercise 2 times. If you want to listen the first time through, that's great, and jump in the second time through, or maybe you can play through with me both times. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. We'll start with 4 bars of feet just to ease into it, but nice and even. So 1 and 2 and feet first. Hopefully your focus drove you through that and you were able to keep your place in each of those 4-bar phrases. All right, so we're going to leave it right there for now, and we're going to get into a lot of different things. Orchestrating, improvising with these type of things. Make sure your accents, you have a tap stroke, so I'd say like 3 or 4 inches or below, and an accent stroke that is maybe 8 or 10 inches. Those should sound pretty different, and you can keep track of that very well by just knowing that it's a difference in stick height, all right? And then just try to line everything up with your big beats in your feet, and you should be pretty good. All right, feel free to slow things down and just do the hand part without the feet if you're uncomfortable at this point, but we'll see you next time for more warm-ups. Thanks.